Hello, in this lesson we're going to be looking at multiplying integers. Okay, so let's first take a look here. We have the same scenario as what we did adding, subtracting integers. We have a whole bunch of people on the dance floor, and if we remember, boys can only dance with girls, girls can only dance with boys. You cannot dance with the same sex. So let's take a look here and have a situation what's happening. I look, there's no one at the punch table. So that means here I have 0 people at the punch table, right? Pretty much there's nothing there, so 0, or we don't have to write anything. So there's 0 at the punch table. So let's pretend 3 girls have to go to the bathroom. Now they're not going to go to the bathroom by themselves, they're going to take a friend with them. So this girl here is going to leave with her friend there. We're going to have this girl here leave with her friend there. And this girl here is going to leave with their friend there. Because they tend to go to bathrooms in twos. So basically here I have 3 groups. We're taking away 3 groups of 2 girls. So we're going to take away 3 groups of 2 girls. And girls are positive, so I'm just going to put a 2 there where you just know there's a positive there. So we're taking away 3 groups of 2 girls, which ends up giving us, we look at this at the end, these girls are gone. I have one more here. We're left with all these boys without a partner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So I have 6 boys around the punch table. These ones look happy, but not so happy because they don't have a dance partner right now. So this is equal to, boys are negative, -6. So from this here we could tell a negative multiplied by a positive will give me a negative. So this continues on the dance, and then all of a sudden out of the corner of their eyes 2 boys see leprechauns. So they get excited and they tell their friends they saw leprechauns, right? So now what's going to happen here, these boys are going to leave. So we're going to take away and 2 groups, because they tell their friends, and each one tells 3 friends. So altogether we have 2 groups of 4 boys, 4 boys leaving, right? So this guy here is going to leave with his friends, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's one group of 4 leaving. And we have this one here leaves with his friends. So there's another group of 4 boys leaving. So I have 2 groups of 4 boys that are gone. Well, let's look at this now. I have these 2 girls over here without a dance partner. So if I did this, I essentially went 6 subtract 2 times -4. So we're taking away 2 groups of 4 boys. So -2 times -4 ended up giving me +2, because there's now 2 girls. Okay? So really what ended up happening here is, if we're taking away 2 groups of 4, or in other words, -2 times -4 ended up giving me +8. Okay, so -6 plus 8 is equal to 2. So now we're left with 2 girls. All right? Now let's say only 2 pairs of the girls come back from the bathroom. So we have 1, 2 pairs. Here's one group of girls that went to the bathroom, come back, they go, oh, there's no more boys to dance, because they didn't realize they left to see the leprechauns. And another group of girls come back, and they go to the punch table because there's no boys to dance with. So essentially what we end up doing here is we are adding 2 groups of 2 girls. Okay? Now notice how this is following BEDMAS. We do the multiplication first, and then we are going to be doing the adding or subtracting. But we have to keep track of our signs when we're multiplying. That's very, very important. So now what does this equal to? Well, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 will give me 6. We end up with 6 girls. So we don't add first, because that would be 2 plus 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So that's wrong. So we have to always follow BEDMAS. So right now we have 6 girls without a partner. Okay, they're at the punch table waiting, bored, and then the boys come back. Okay, so we have my 2 groups of 4 boys come back saying it wasn't a leprechaun, it was just a frog. So we're going to add, now we have 2 groups of negative 4 boys, right? And they're coming back. So here's one group of 4 boys. One, 2, 3, 4. And each of these gets a partner. They find a girl, they get a partner. Here we go. This one here gets a partner. Go on the dance floor. Oh, just going to move him down, and he gets a partner. And so there's one group of 4 boys, and then we have another group of 4 boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. So altogether, if we think about this, what are we doing? When I have 2 groups, if we're adding 2 groups of negative 4, well, essentially, we're adding negative 8, right? Or, in other words, we are subtracting 8. Because my answer here ends up being, what are we left with? We are left with negative 2. So if I look at this first section right here, so we're adding positive 2 times negative 4, that is the same thing as subtracting 8. And that gives me my exact same thing as negative 2. Okay, so once again, I had to do the multiplication first. All right, so now altogether from this, we learned that a negative times a negative is a positive, right? Negative times a positive is a negative, and a positive times a negative is a negative. We also learned from way before a positive times a positive is a positive. So if you technically, the rule here is, if you have the same signs, it's positive. If there are different signs in your multiplying or dividing, it's going to be negative. Because really and truly, dividing is very similar to multiplication. One's just multiplying in fractions, where your numerator is 1.